What's up, guys? Welcome to my backyard. Today we're going to be milling up some logs with our chainsaw mill. Check it out. So I've got a piece of walnut here. It's pushing the limits on what my saw is going to be able to cut. I'm probably going to have to remove a little bit of the bark down here on the buttress or the flare down towards where it would be in the ground where the root system is. It gets a little wide down there, and I think it's just going to be just slightly too wide for my saw. So I'm going to peel some bark around it, and then get this thing set up and start slabbing it. So that's our first cut. Pretty clean. A couple little knot there. Other than that, that's pretty clean. It's walnut. I'm anxious to see as we get a little farther down in the heartwood, but not bad for the first cut. Alright, so now that I've basically got relatively flat surface here, there's a couple start and stop marks on here, but so it's not completely smooth, but it's relatively flat. Since that's flat, I went ahead and made up some 10-quarter basically spacers, so that way I can go ahead and readjust my saw, and that way everything stays consistent at 10-quarter, which is what I want these to be at, or 10-quarter, 2.5 inches, if you're not used to how rough cut lumber is classified. But yeah, so I'm gonna cut these at 10-quarter, get this thing adjusted, and start slabbing up some more. Very nice. Clear walnut. Looks good. Yep, clear walnut. Alright, so that is basically our progression through the slabs. Ended up getting 4 solid slabs out of it. Well, 3, and got that little guy over there on the left. Now even these beginning cuts or the final cuts that may end up as scrap to most, there's still actually plenty of thickness there that I can use it for turning projects and whatnot. So there's definitely still some usable material there. You can tell by the thickness there on that end of it. It gets pretty thin up there at the top, but there's still quite a bit of heartwood there that I can dry and turn on the lathe or flatten out and put on the CNC, something like that, turn something cool out of it. But yeah, there we go. You can even see kind of that first one that we cut. See how much more brown it is just from the the last 20-30 minutes or so being out here exposed to the air. That was the last cut that we made, so it's a little more green. So yeah, as these things kind of sit and absorb that oxygen, they turn that classic walnut color. So not too bad for some logs that were destined for the landfill. Well, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Appreciate you checking it out, taking the time to watch. If you enjoyed the content, please smack the like button. Leave a comment down below. Anything you'd like to see on the channel, a little more in-depth process, let me know. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. See you next time.